this color, by the way, with Insignia. The color is, I don't know, some people say it's aqua, A-Q-U-A, like the aquamarine, it's aquamarine gem inside of my non-expensive ring, the one and only. Now, yesterday I was thinking about the Remax, R-E-M-A-X, conference in, is it Denver? No, not Denver, Colorado. That's where their headquarters was. Or no, they were in Canada. But they had a venue in Denver, Colorado. But it was Vegas, Las Vegas, which, again, I'm not a big fan of drinking, drugs, and the whole sexual orgy, whatever that Vegas is. But that's where the corporate event was, and Kelly J. Jackson and Rebecca Luke were going. It was my first year at Remax Alliance. I won some kind of an award, like rookie, I think I won Rookie of the Year, R-O-O-K-I-E. There was a formal with the New York district people. I believe that's where I brought Warren Thompson, or was that John Iannuzzi that year? I don't remember. And then I flew out for the actual awards for the conference in Las Vegas. But again, I went to dinner with Kelly and Rebecca. They said that they really wanted to take me out for dinner. I thought that that was really nice. I went to dinner. Then they said they were going to a club. Now, I said that I would go as long as I wasn't tired and it was respectful. But then I was probably going, I wouldn't be there long. I wasn't going to make it like a drunk whatever night. I don't drink in front of people that I can't rely on if anything happens. So, or I try not to anyway. And that's when the chemistry's actually working, but whatever. We went, I think that I followed them into some kind of, like, it had a dance floor, but it was somewhat respectful. There was some kind of, they wanted a table with a bottle. I didn't even know what any of that was. I'm like, I'm just following you girls. I was like, I feel like I know I'm out of place, and this is not my area of expertise with how you negotiate and navigate this kind of loudness. So that was that. Yeah, it was like bringing an alien into like human world of sex orgies and what humans do for fun. I was just like, yeah, okay. Like we brought the Amish to Las Vegas and like threw her in the lion pit, and it was like, well, how do you like it? Right, yeah, it's great. How do I get out of here? Like, wait, look at that, the time. Right, so there's nothing handsome in here and nothing that I want to stay for. But there was a more respectful, formal, which there's Mark, right, I mean, KGB and American Mark, that guy, with the blue small flip cell phone with the pull-out antenna. I think it's a Motorola, Motorola. I had one of those at some point. We were at, it was a high table, like, buffet, I suppose, or a hors d'oeuvre, whatever. I took a photo with the head guy, Dave, something Polish, like Kamansky, Kalowski's, because nobody knows what, nobody cares. I took a picture with him for the Rookie of the Year thingamajig, got the award thing, we walked away, then it was some food, finger food, so whatever. In that arena, right, and then there was another arena that they took me to that had like a dance floor and a band, but that never made sequence. That got cut on imaging floor in fluid time for games that were being played elsewhere, because I do walk into that scene. I'm standing talking to what I call MacGyver, because he's a very distinguished, handsome gentleman, with beard, with pointy shoes, and like his leg is very straight. Like he walks, like when he stands with one leg like real straight out to the side, and like his hands in his pockets, and like he thinks he's hot shit, or at least he did in that one scene with some other guy, and he said he wanted his son to live a few days longer, so they were gonna have some fun with me. And I was like, what does that even mean? And then there was some big fat, greasy, gross guy. I don't know what he was all about, but he was all sorts of gross. And he was quiet, but like creepy, weird quiet. And I liked the distinguished gentleman with the pointy shoe and straight leg of whatever he was doing there. But what happened was we were in what I call gold spectrum, because you can see golden light and hue in the photon of your visual memory, or what your visual picks up on. However, there's the ghost grid and the dollhouse grid. Whatever's around my body is dollhouse, because wherever I am on the doll, it's around me in a grid format. And then there's the ghost portion, which the grids are supposed to line up perfectly, but because I'm in all areas stupid fucking useless human, they've been fighting and the grids have been separated. So now I have a ghost grid and I have a doll grid. And what happened was the love of my life was supposed to be in that arena, and he was walking from, there was a stage. He was walking from somewhere over there towards me. My back was to him. He could see me perfectly. He could see the guy, distinguished guy and the greasy guy, and there was some kind of satellite arrangement. And then all of a sudden, there was a shift. The cloak went up, and he couldn't see me anymore. And then he went on the Motorola phone, and he went up and over the stage into, it was just dark, and he couldn't get out. And so, but he had the phone, but who knows if you can even get a zip tie line out. I mean, unless the phone had one cellular stretch of whatever. I mean, we're not supposed to ever be left in the anti-gravity without communication to each other. I mean, why would somebody shift the two grids? I mean, they depolarized it, so the magnetics didn't, I mean, him and I are polarized. We're like two magnets that pull together. That's how the safety protocols between Ghost and Dollhouse remain gridded properly. You have him in a ghost scene that you extended the grid out. You put him in one box, I'm in the other. In visual human spectrum, it looks like one golden scene. And then all of a sudden you depolarize, he and I, and then I disappear in his visual spectrum. I don't even know he's behind me, so I can't tell you that he disappeared, but he certainly did. And then he has to get on a cell, because it's that fucking quick with the signals. And then he's in, right, and then they peel it away, and he's just in dark anti-gravity, and you can see the grid, because now the grids are back together between doll and ghost, but he's not in there. He never made it through the partition to polarize, because somebody's fucking around with the moving of the magnets between he and I. That was our first engagement, like, and then it was going to turn into an engagement party of sorts for that week or weekend or whatever I was there for. That was supposed to be a happy time. We never got to that time because you fucking humans won't die in the departments that need to fucking go. He and I are to be polarized. We're in fluid timing. The rest of you don't exist and need to be devaporated immediately if you're hanging out in some ghosted section that you niched out for yourself while the Starfleet Justice Supreme is depolarized from her mate. That's how serious this is.